guys, welcome back to my channel, The Unique One. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a comic book review because I have been showing you comic books for quite some time that I've been getting from different comic book stores and whatnot. But first I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to review it, and for all of those who haven't read it yet, it's going to be a spoiler alert, maybe. But if it is, I just want to let you know before you go any further in the video so that you don't get spoiled on the comic, okay? I really did enjoy reading it because it basically talks about Storm. It gives her character. It builds her up. It lets the fans of Storm know about her, what she, where she's from, what she does, her abilities, and how they control her, and somewhere of that nature. In the beginning of the comic book, it was kind of distracting because it talked more about her, giving her past, talking about, giving a little past about her. It talks about, those things, where she came from and all of that, what her original name was, and everything like that. And I felt like it was a little bit distracting. I did like it because closer to maybe 2 or 3 pages in, it kind of coincided, the backstory, it kind of fit in with what the story was about. And like I said, I really did enjoy it. I'm a big fan of Storm. I really like her, and I like how they built her character up in this. So now we're going to go on into my kids asking me questions about it, and we're going to go now. Without further ado, here we go. In the comic book, it had the speech bubbles, and then it had boxes where it was like yellow at the top and white at the bottom, and basically it was giving a backstory about her, and she was thinking it, but at the same time she was doing something and she was speaking. So it was kind of like, to me, it was a little distracting. It may not be for everybody, may not agree with me. That's just how I felt about it, so please don't beat me up. But at the same time, I did, like I said, I did enjoy the book. Okay, what I liked the most about the book was her backstory. I did like that. I did, because usually when you see X-Men, you see all of the main people. You see her, but you don't get a bit of a backstory about them. They don't really talk about her personally. Why she do what she does. Why she, how she became Storm. Why do she keep going? Why did she choose X-Men? They don't really talk about her story. They mostly talk about like Wolverine and Professor X and stuff like that. They don't really get into her story. And I like that they got into more of her character in this. That was my best part of it. That was the best part of it. Yes, I would read more because, like I said, when closer to the middle, the backstory kind of coincided with the story that was going on with the comic story, and it fit in, so it made it enjoyable. I did laugh a little bit because it had some funny parts in it, so I really did enjoy that. With her power comes, her emotions are based, to me, on her powers. And I feel like, in the story, basically they're trying to make sure that she stay in the guidelines, because being an X-Men, they are all about diplomacy. They're about keeping the peace. They're about those type of things. And she is one of the main characters of X-Men, and with that she have to stay she have to act a certain way, and she have to be a certain way. So I feel like, I don't think they watered her down, because otherwise, if she would have just went off the deep end, like you know, she wanted to in the story, she would may as well be with Magneto and, you know, the rest of his team. She may as well be with them, you know. So, you know, I feel like, you know, she just was doing what she felt like helped her control her power, you know. That everybody else is trying to keep them from doing. She's using her power for good. She's you know, why wouldn't the military want her to stop a tsunami from destroying a village, you know? So to me, I feel like she did what was in her nature to do, you know, and that's how I felt about that. I picked Storm because number one, I like the cover. The cover is beautiful. And then I liked it because she's a woman of color. She's a woman of color. And then another reason is I like Storm. I like her as a character and as a superhero. And I wanted to know more. So that's what made me read this comic book first and period. I didn't have any expectations from the story. I went in with an open mind, not expecting anything except, you know, to see what it was all about. That was it. You know, I didn't know what it was going to be about, and I didn't want to, you know, make it more than what it is, because sometimes people may take a story and make it bigger than what it is, and it's really not all of that. So I didn't want to go in with that type of mindset. You know, I wanted to go in and just read it and enjoy what I read, and I did. Okay, they have no more questions for me, so like I said, this week, this is the book that I read. Once again, Storm. And I want to say that I really enjoy reading it, and I like this. I really enjoy doing this because it'll keep me occupied as far as reading more, and it'll get me to, and not just that, but I'll be able to connect more with my kids, spend more time with them by doing this. So I just want to tell you, thank you guys for sharing this with us, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, and comment, and I want to tell you, smooches, bye bye.